It's Coach Corbin here. It's the last day of our 4-day chess camp. Spotlight on learning, chess and financial literacy. Had a great time with the young people. I think we taught them a lot of good stuff about stock investing, things of that nature. We had 5. 1 of the 5 already came into the camp with the stock account. So the other 4, we got them started first time in the market. Look forward to them staying in the market. Always bear one thing in mind. Any financial planner will tell you, any certified financial planner will tell you, get in the market now and stay in. There's no such animal as being too young to get into the market. So we teach our young people the basics, let them know where they can go to get more information, encourage them to stick with it, encourage their parents to stay on them about it and stick with it. And then I also said, like I said, we did some chess instruction, and they got some outstanding chess instruction, primarily because this brother right here to my left, Coach E, he's come in a couple of times, and he would have come in more if we had asked him, because he's totally dedicated, he's totally committed to teaching as many young people as possible chess here in Jefferson County. Brother, how long have you been teaching chess?
Teaching, I've been 12 years.
12 years?
12 years.
All right. How long you think you've been playing? Because when you play, you just don't play within the city of Louisville. You go to other cities, other states.
That's right. I've played for 22 years. Okay. I learned how to play chess in 2000.
Okay.
So I've been playing for 22 years. I've probably played competitively 9 years, competitively outside the state, traveling.
What's some of the cities you've been to?
Columbus, Indianapolis, New York, well, several in New York, several in Ohio.
Wow.
As well.
It's sort of expensive, isn't it?
It is. It is. I think you really have to be dedicated if you're going to put that type of money out. Right. Because obviously there's no guarantee that you'll play your best.
Right.
And even if you do play your best, you got young kids out there that can still win, still beat you.
Now, I got 2 quick follow-up questions. One, when you go to these other tournaments, you're competing for cash.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And how big can some of the cash prizes get?
Well, I know I was in a pot where $1,700 was one of the prize.
Okay.
2,000 or 2,400 was one prize.
Okay.
I was in one where it was a smaller tournament though, but 250 was a prize. Right. So okay. I mean, I think it ranges. It fluctuates. Right. It's not the same, and depending on what tournaments you go to, right. I try to hit a little bit of everything.
And another thing that just came to my mind. I remember one time I was talking to you, and you were telling me there were some colleges, universities that offered chess scholarships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know if every university or college would do a full ride, right. But partial scholarships. I know I had a friend that went to J-Town when I played in high school that was ended up going to U of L on a full ride scholarship. Now they don't have a chess program anymore, but I know that they put a premium on somebody who basically can logically think on his own.
Right, and you feel that's one thing that chess helps develop.
Oh yes, people. Oh yes. Well, chess does a lot more than that, but that's one thing that I like to imbue into the kids is the fact that you think on your own.
Here you mentioned University of Louisville. We got other universities here in the city of Louisville, like Bellarmine and Simmons University. I mean, do you know if those places have chess programs there? Well,
they don't, but if there were demand, I know for a fact Bellarmine would, if there were a demand for it. Okay. If people that went to Bellarmine had some interest in playing chess, I'm sure they would look for an instructor or some type of chess coach, and they would probably be really successful.
Okay.
Because the people I've met at Bellarmine are just that, logical thinkers on their own. And it's not linear. It's abstract some ways, up and down. Sometimes you can go linear in thinking too, which is what I love about the young kids when they start to get it. When I say there's might be 4 ways to do this, can you find all 4? And then you find one kid who might find 5 ways.
Right.
It might not be a practical way to do it. Right. And it might be losing, but the fact that they find a 5th way is thinking outside the box.
Right.
And that's what I love about the kids, especially at this age. You do it at this age, then there's not even a ceiling. There's no limit to where they can go.
Right.
Regardless of what field they go in.
Right.
So chess doesn't just, you don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be, you can be an artist. It doesn't matter what field you go into. I think chess is going to help stimulate the brain in that way.
Okay. If a Bellarmine University or a Simmons University is talking about, hey, we want to build a successful chess program, are you available?
Yeah, I would. I would be. And if I wasn't, I'd make myself available. Okay. That's type of stuff that I love to do. And then network. Right. I know some people outside of the city too. Network. We can get to where we play Webster, like Webster University. Yeah. Strong chess. Of course, they have grandmasters teaching too. I'm not quite a grandmaster, but to try to link in and connect, just networking, just connect different universities. And I would love to do that. Definitely something. And then I think we can funnel in some of the stronger players from high school and then make it a goal for middle school and then possibly give it to elementary kids and they have something to work for. Right. Because
like you mentioned Webster University, I mean, that university, they poured a lot of serious money into their chess program, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because wasn't Grandmaster Susan Polgar and her husband?
Yep. Yeah,
and I heard they're paying her, just her, $250,000 a year.
Well, I don't know that to be true. I don't know anything about it, but I know that to get her there, they had to give her something.
Right, come up with some serious money. Because, like you said, to get her there, she was at a university down there in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And they were, that was a very serious chess program.
Yeah. But she's an amazing teacher too. Yeah. Chess Kids was built by her. Like she understands how to, and I think it's mainly because of her father though, but she understands how to connect to the kids as far as teaching. Right. So I think she understood how to teach, which is why I think everywhere she goes is going to be a really good deal, know? So I think we can actually make that other places though. I don't think she's the only one that can do that. Right. I just think she's really good at what she does. So we can make that other places. And if we make the other places, maybe one day we can compete with Webster.
I got you.
It's going to be hard to compete with them, but
I got you.
I'm a competitor, know, so that's what I do.
All right. Well, brother, I'm going to interview here. Appreciate you, coming out. And seems like every time I contact you, you say, hey, let's work it out. Coming over here and investing in my kids, pouring into my kids. I deeply appreciate that. I know you're doing some things down there in Portland. You're doing a weekly tournament down there every Friday.
Yep. Yeah. Not this Friday because we actually have a bigger tournament, 3-day tournament starting, Derby City Open.
And I know you've been to a few schools here in Jefferson County.
Yeah. Right. So I'm always looking to do that. Looking to do that. And even if we're not in the schools, I want the kids that are like Schaffner doesn't have an actual chess program, but there's kids in Schaffner that want to play chess.
You're right.
So I'm interested in, regardless if it's inside the school or just getting a group together, and playing chess.
I've been doing this since 2010, and everywhere I've gone, there's interest. It amazes me. Yep. And I've actually had some people. I'm not going to go into detail on this. But I actually had one person, she came to me and she said, Corbin, I did not think that many young people would be interested in chess. And she said, because I was in a place in West Louisville, the black community here in Louisville. She said, I didn't think any black kids would be interested in that. And boy, they came out. Yeah. And brother, it's because of their enthusiasm. When they went home, talked about it, parents started writing letters saying, hey, we need to continue this. And then one person said to me, I did not think they'd be all that interested.
Yeah, well,
their interest is there, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's like a world within a world. Yeah. It's a microcosm of, like, the community is totally different, too. Right. And I never want to, regardless if I charge or not, I never want to deny somebody the opportunity to be the next Maurice Ashley. Right. I want to see, regardless of what their skin color, their age, their gender, it doesn't matter to me. I want to see if we can maybe cultivate the mind. Right. Okay. Brother, we're going to end it here. Appreciate you, man. We call him Coach E. That is not his real name. He's probably getting upset. Other people start calling him Coach E too because of us. So he's probably like, hey man, that's not what my mother called me, man. But he's Coach E. He's earnest and good brother. Contact him. We have his contact information up there for you.
And that's it, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.